What's up, you guys? Tom is back with another Linscents video, and man, today is the day we are gonna be picking a winner of the 600th sub giveaway. Again, you are gonna win a T-shirt, a Linscents T-shirt, and you're gonna win a fragrance from my collection. Now, I can't tell you if it's gonna be used the hell up, and maybe you only got like a few more ounces left. I can't tell you if it's gonna be a full bottle. I can't tell you if it's gonna be a cheap bottle or a more expensive bottle. Most likely it's gonna be more on the cheaper end, but I'm not gonna give you just some piece of shit fragrance, okay? I'm not gonna be like that. So now you guys got to make sure to watch until the end of this video to see who is the winner. We have four names in the proverbial hat, pretty much, or as in my case, on the screen. So man, you guys got a 25% chance of winning. But before we get into the winner, today's video, and oh, by the way, make sure you keep sharing. Let's get to 700, 800, 900, and let's get to that 1,000 together, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, maybe I can start affording some of those big boy fragrances if you guys want to see my initial reaction on those. But today is for you kind of cheapies, maybe some of you who were teenagers about eon years ago, like I was. But today's video is based on fragrances that when I was in high school, these are the fragrances that I loved a lot. I got 4 of them right in front of me. And these were just, back in the day in high school, before you got a job, mom was basically giving you money to buy whatever you wanted, and it was no such thing as after you're done, or let me get a backup bottle. Whenever you were done with something, you had to get something different, or you had to wait until that one fragrance was gone. Okay, man, my mom was cheap, and man, I don't know if you had one of those moms that would, we would have different boxes of cereal, and if all the boxes were open, eventually what she would do is mix cereals together. Now that may sound pretty good if you had maybe say Cocoa Puffs, Rice Krispies, Cocoa Krispies, Cocoa Pebbles, those all mixed together. Yeah, that makes sense. But having Wheaties and Lucky Charms and Cheerios and Cinnamon Toast Crunch all combined just didn't make sense. But hey, mom did it. She got us through, and she kind of got us to where we are today, man. Me and my 2 siblings, we are a-okay in my opinion. But that being said, let's get into the fragrance. Again, the ones that when I was in high school, these were the ones that I wore. Are they any good still? These are some nostalgic type fragrances, so let's get into them. I have 1 that's open already and 2 I have to unpack, so we'll get to the ones that are open. Starting with, now maybe I'm the only one. I don't think so. I think this was very popular back in the late 90s, early 90s, 95, somewhere in between there. But you can still see this on the stores. Some stores charge a little bit too much for this fragrance. They've come a long way. They got other fragrances as well. You guys know this one. Adidas Moves for Him. Man, this, all I remember was this was a nice, fresh, almost like getting ready for the gym, or maybe after gym. You just spray this on. You smell fresh. Little young honeys wanted to smell you because you smelled like some Adidas when Adidas was super duper popular back in the 90s. And they kind of went on a little break in like the 2000s, and now they're big again. But again, the bottle definitely reminds me of what it looked like back in the day. However, I think with this smaller bottle, I recall the bigger bottle having the actual lines in the cap to make it look like that Adidas logo. But on this one, I guess they don't have the indentation lines, but the same thing. So here we go. Adidas for Men Moves. So the wifey is gonna just come. She'll probably stand like on that side of things just to tell you what she thinks, and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so Adidas for Him. This was one of my favorites back in high school, back when I was young. It is definitely that nice, crisp, soapy, fresh touch of citrusy. But it is very clean. It is a very easy to wear fragrance. It does smell a little synthetic. It does smell a little bit youthful, in my opinion. This is something that, if you're a grown man, you're probably not going to enjoy this. However, even though as I'm getting a little older, I still actually enjoy just the scent of this fragrance. It's actually pretty decent. And it's actually pretty loud off my hand. So, let's see what the wifey thinks. Is that a pretty decent fragrance?
Okay.
It's just okay, but this was man, back in the day when you literally had to show that you had some kind of money, even if you didn't. Adidas was one of the fragrances that you just bought, and then people just assumed that you had some money, even though you were wearing pro wing tennis shoes. But I kind of like that one. It is a little synthetic. It's a little bland and plain, but for a nice teenager, maybe someone who's just starting to get into fragrances, maybe you got that. Do they even call it junior high anymore? Or is it just middle school and then high school? But maybe if you got a junior high or middle school kid, it's like maybe 6th grade, maybe he's starting to like fragrances. This would be a perfect bottle for him. Okay, he should pretty much like this fragrance. Maybe I could see an 18-year-old rocking this, a high schooler rocking this, but with Sauvage and stuff like that nowadays, maybe not. But this would definitely be a nice fragrance for a beginner right here. So that Adidas Moves for him, again, was one of my favorites in high school, but apparently it's not all that great right now. So next up, the next one. This was definitely one of my favorites. I remember I had to get money from my dad to get this one. Again, mom was cheap. She wasn't paying nothing over no $10 for no fragrance. In fact, she probably could have made a fragrance if you just gave her some kind of food items and some stuff. She would have probably ground it into a paste and told us to just throw it in a spray bottle and just spray our clothes on it. But when I got some money from old Papa, I went out and bought this one right here, that Ralph Lauren Polo Sport. Now, man, this is like I think this is 1990s, somewhere in the 90s this one came out. Again, that nice blue bottle. This reminds me just of what it did back in the day. That little round cylinder style bottle with that nice plastic cap. Maybe it was metal back in the day. I'm not sure. I forgot. And that blue atomizer looks super duper cheap. But here we go. Spray this on the right hand. Assuming this is going to be like a nice citrus blast again and stuff. It was a nice puff too. Now that one, this one is a little bit more. I like that one. This one's a little bit more expensive than the Moves. The Moves you can have for less than $15. Doesn't matter what size, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce if they make it. The Polo Sport was a little bit more pricey, and honestly, I think it's only pricey just because it's a Ralph Lauren and because it is a kind of nostalgic type of fragrance. But that being said, this is definitely a nice, again, crisp, easy to wear fragrance. Maybe you're just getting out of the gym. Maybe you got to go to the office. Maybe you're only going to be there for a few hours. You don't need to, project heavy and, get all the oohs and ahs. Maybe you just want to smell clean. This is a good one for you too as well. However, again, with this one, again, I like this in high school. I don't see this for being for a man over. This one I'm going to put at about 25-year-old, okay? Anything under 25, maybe you'll enjoy this, but 25 and older, probably just going to have to step your game up a little bit because this does smell a little childish still, but man, I actually like it. So it's kind of citrusy. It's got a touch of sweetness, maybe a little spice in there as well. But man, that one, brings me back to the old days back in the 90s. Next up is the one every basketball fan had to have. Even if you didn't like the Chicago Bulls or you didn't like Michael Jordan, you had to have Michael Jordan's fragrance. And that is this one right here, this Michael Jordan with the basketball logo right on the front. It's got that indentation right there. I'm going to open this up. The sad thing about this is that, back when I was in high school, I didn't know the difference between the EDTs, EDCs. I didn't even know those terms at all, okay? Honestly, when I seen the word toilet, I just thought that was like some kind of toilet, and then, the language and maybe some Spanish or some toilet when I heard that. Just thought of a toilet in Spanish, French, whatever. But I did not know anything about EDTs, EDPs, EDCs, Cs, perfume extracts. Didn't know anything about that. And now that I'm looking at this, for Jordan to put his name on a fragrance and for it to only be an EDC, I mean, you would think a guy like Jordan, the guy that, you know, speaks of greatness, like the perfect 6-0, never defeated in the finals, would come up with an EDC. Why, Jordan? Why? But all I remember is this stuff smelled good. This stuff made you want to go out there and ball like Jordan. It's like, not only am I going to go out there and ball on you, I'm going to smell good on you while I'm balling on you. So here we go. Again, you can always tell the Jordan fragrances. He's got a lot of them too, actually. He's probably got about 10 of them. A lot of people like the Legend, which is very good. But this one, again, just that nice. I remember that big old basketball, that indentation there. Had this kind of like rubberized cap. Had that Michael Jordan famous signature right there, if you see that. And on the bottom, it almost had like this bottom of a sneaker type bottom right here. So here we go. I forgot what this stuff smells like, honestly, you guys. It's been a while since I smelled it. So here we go.
Right here.
Ooh.
I still like the red one. Not bad though.
Okay, this one smells super citrusy and then kind of, I don't know, maybe it's been, because it's so long, you just don't remember it smelling like that. Actually, this kind of smells a little different than what I thought. Almost has like these watery notes and kind of like some citrus going on. Maybe a little bit of green, kind of, maybe some kind of fresh spice in here, maybe some kind of sage or something like that, but I don't know what the hell's in here. But all I remember was you had to have this back in the day. When you were in school, that's when Jordan was beating all the people in the finals, and you just had to have that fragrance. Again, that's for a beginner right there. You got a team going into school, maybe show them some Jordan highlights and then go get them that fragrance. You'd be happy with that. Because obviously all the kids nowadays just know Steph Curry and all the other guys, LeBrons and stuff. They don't know about Jordan. So show them a couple of Michael Jordan videos. Give him that with that Adidas, and he'll be all good for the rest of the school year. Last but not least was only my favorite because, again, my uncles and stuff, they didn't wear fragrances. They were those macho men that didn't have to wear fragrances. They just wanted to smell like WD-40 and Brute and stuff like that. And they didn't care what the hell they smelled like. They wanted to smell armpity and stuff like that. However, my dad, he had some class. He always smelled great every time I visited him in the summertime. And the one fragrance he always had on, and I always loved it, was this one right here. This Herrera for men. Carolina Herrera, man. If this smells anything like what I remember, I know I'm going to love this a lot. This will probably be my favorite of the four. But let's get into it. Let's see if it still smells the same. Man, anytime I would go visit him in the summertime, I would load the sprays on because the stuff smells so good. It's so elegant, just so nice. Look at that bottle. Again, that kind of, I don't know what the hell shape that is, but it almost, if you think about it, almost looks like how a tie would come under here. Like if you're wearing a tie like this. How it comes like thin right here and then it kind of goes out a little bit and kind of comes in a little bit like that. Maybe a tie. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but anyways, this is a EDT again from Carolina Herrera. Got that nice CH symbol right there at the top. But here we go. I don't remember the atomizer being this big neither on this, so maybe it's reformulated. Who knows? But here we go. Nice, beautiful spray too.
It's a beautiful bottle. Oh, I can smell it from over here. That smells. Mmm. A little different than the one that your dad smells, I think. No. Oh, very
now,
nice.
I don't know if this is a different one in general. This is the bottle I remember him having. But it actually doesn't smell the way I thought it was going to smell. This smells a little bit different than what I thought. Let me smell it one more time. Let me maybe straight from the... Because I always thought Herrera for men kind of smelled like the original Burberry. I thought they were kind of similar. That's kind of what made me start liking Burberry, the original, a lot. But this one seems more like kind of earthy. Maybe a little barbershoppy. Just a touch of citrus, not too much, but I'm actually a little disappointed in that fragrance, as the other ones, oof, maybe it's my skin today, but you know what? Honestly, don't make the mistake I made and get these. If you're gonna get any of them, maybe just the Polo Sport. However, the rest of them just are not what I remember. The Moves actually isn't that bad. Again, maybe if you're just getting done with the gym, you just need something fresh to get you home, you know, before you can get in the shower. Maybe you don't want to offend anybody with your funky ass after you got done with the gym, and you just need something to kind of get past the attendants, maybe without them smelling fucking subs and stuff all day. You just throw that on, you just boom, get out the door, whatever. But the Jordan, the Moves, and the Polo definitely are for the younger crowd, okay? The 25 or younger. Adidas is like more like 18 and under. Jordan, 18 and under. That Herrera, that's a little bit more mature. It's kind of earthy, almost kind of barbershoppy, just a touch of citrus, but man, it's just not what I remember. Maybe this is not the one that I was thinking of. Man, I don't know. I could have swore when I seen the bottle, this was the one that my dad had. Maybe there's a different one out there if you guys know, but maybe it's been reformulated a lot, and maybe there's some differences in here. But man, I'm actually really upset about this one, you guys. There you guys go, man. 3 kind of. Just the Polo Sport was pretty good. The Moves, it comes off super fresh, and then when it really starts drying down, it literally just smells like a freshly cut grass with, like, not just the green part, like the dirt part. I'm not digging that Moves anymore. Thank God. I'm just gonna end up giving that to my son. Maybe he can smell like grass and dirt when he goes to school. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down there in the comments below, what fragrances did you enjoy as a teen? You know, like when you were 13, between 13 and 18, what were your go-to fragrances? Maybe you had a fragrance that old Papa wore and you kind of just dug that fragrance a lot as well. Maybe it wasn't really a fragrance that you wore the whole time, but any fragrances that you had back in the day, let me know what you liked a lot, and maybe I'll go out there and buy a couple of them just to see what they are all about. So again, those are the fragrances I remember smelling as a kid. Now we are down to the giveaway part, the best part of this video, and I know you guys are ready for that, but here we go. We got 4 names on there. Again, how I like to do it, I like to pick these names until there's 1 name left, and when that 1 name is left, all you're gonna do is get a hold of me on Facebook or even down low, say I'm the winner, and we'll get in contact with you. You get yourself a brand new t-shirt, Linscents t-shirt, rock your boy, and then we'll give you a nice fragrance, okay? Probably one of these. But anyways, here we go. Let's pick a name. Alright, let's see. So here we go. Let's get into it. Okay. Choose names. Here we go. As you can see, it says choose down there. We're going to choose until we got 1 winner left. So here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. As you can see, this was not a setup or nothing like that. Daniel, whoever Daniel is on there, you are the lucky winner of a Linscents t-shirt and a beautiful brand new bottle of Adidas Moves for him. But with that being said, I am going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, hit the likes, comment, and subscribe, and share it with a damn friend. Yeah!